Okay. What's going on, everybody? My name is Mangg. Welcome back to Hanging with Mangg. Playing some more Marvel Rivals. I've pretty much been playing 2 games this week. Marvel Rivals, of course, and Dawn of War 1. 2 very, very different types of games. Yeah, you know, I'm not really an RTS guy, but Dawn of War 1 just kind of works. And I have a lot of Dawn of War videos, actually. I've got videos for Dawn of War 1, base campaign, Winter Assault campaigns. I guess we're going all DPS. Oh no, we got a healer. Right. Winter Assault, 2 campaigns. Dawn of War 2 has 2 campaigns. I took a look at Dawn of War 3. That's all I'll say about that. And then I did Dawn of War Dark Crusade. I did a few videos of that campaign, and now I've been doing a bunch of videos on Soulstorm with a big mod.
Mine enemies tremble.
So a lot of Dawn of War. Really, it's been good.
The battle starts in 5.
And then in between all that, it's been, oh yeah, real subtle fucking Penny.
Securing the mission area is your
Penny, oh god, people are just bad.
Battle fury first.
It was like our one healer, wasn't it?
Twas but a scratch.
So Marvel Rivals. It's good. It's definitely good. Could be better. There's definitely issues. Oh! My main at this point is Thor. Definitely the one I have the most playtime with. Thor is a vanguard, so that means he's sort of the tank of the game. He's a very odd tank, though. I would classify him more as like a bully than an actual tank. He's sort of like a tanky DPS. He doesn't have any sort of... He doesn't really help the group in ways that a tank... He doesn't really dive because he doesn't have a great amount of mobility. He has no shielding. He has, you know, no bubbles of any kind. Nothing like that. He just kind of bullies the enemy team and focuses attention on himself. He is not the easiest tank to play if you have, like, if you're just starting the game. Luckily, we have some good damage people, and they have bad damage people.
Keep up the momentum.
Like, whatever is going on with that Black Panther.
The wrath of Asgard. I wreak battlefield havoc.
Yeah, so Thor, he's got Mjolnir. I wish it did more damage. I feel like it should do more damage, but he's not a damage character. I don't know, he's odd. Obviously, I wish my main did more damage. I mean, I'm sure most people wish such things.
That's it. Don't
He
let
then has Thor Force, which are these, like, hammer things that he's got. And he has to spend Thor Force to do any of his abilities.
Mine enemies tremble.
I don't even know what's going on in this game. I haven't done anything. It's been weird.
Spider time!
Mangg the exploding plasma! I will always lend a hand.
Watch me soar!
Fish in a barrel.
Yeah. So he's got to spend those Thor Force to cast any of his abilities. They regenerate like one every 5 seconds, but he also gets one whenever he hits something with his hammer. So you want to be in melee a lot, because that allows you to keep using your abilities. He's got that sort of lunge thing where he throws Mjolnir and holds on. That costs a hammer. And that's the primary ability that I use, because whenever he uses any of his abilities, he gets a little bit of bonus health. And that's his main thing of, like, staying alive. And so, using that lunge as often as possible gives you the bonus health, gives you a little bit of mobility, and also you can shove enemies a bit when you hit them. And it allows you to close distances, it allows you to push enemies, like, back to your team instead of towards their team. So you don't really ever want to push enemies towards their team. That's a bad move. Pushing them towards your team is a good move. So it's tricky to kind of get that accurate, and all of his abilities share the same cooldown, which a lot of people have complained about. Alright, now I guess we're going all DPS, so fuck it.
And kick butt.
His other ability lets him throw his hammer a good distance. I rarely use it because Thor generally wants to be in melee, and
Hey, don't ever call Tippy Toe a pet.
that's more of a poking thing.
They'll be coming in 30 seconds.
I'll throw it sometimes if I don't want to close into melee because of the current situation, where going into melee in a group would just be suicide. If my healers are out of position or you know, something like that. Sometimes I'll throw it. But his F ability, his big ability, costs 3 hammers. So everything he's got to be fully charged.
Starts in 5.
But that gives him like this lightning throw ability for a few seconds.
You need to stop
Nice.
that vehicle.
And the DPS on that is actually really solid if you land shots.
Double KO.
But
No match.
it doesn't let him use any other ability during that time. So he doesn't get any extra bonus health. He doesn't have any mobility while that's going on. He's like just a pure range DPS with a big hitbox. So it's very easy to die while in that form, specifically.
Deflated halfway. Stop that.
And you see a lot of
But to scratch.
you'll see a lot of newbie Thors just kind of spam like that. That Thor is definitely spamming it as much as he can. It's very useful. It just is situational. You don't want to use it just every time you can, because you will die.
They hit a checkpoint.
But if your team is just stomping anyways, then yeah, you may as well, because you're just gonna get a lot of kills with it.
Oh, they don't look friendly.
Fucking Spider-Man.
That put some pep in my step.
Thor's ult, I have determined, is the worst ult in the entire game. If anyone wants to nominate an ult that they think is worse, feel free. But I'm pretty convinced.
Adam Warlock away.
The only one that could be a contender maybe is, I think Black Widow's ult is really shit.
Score 1.
But Black Widow in general just kind of doesn't need to exist as long as Hawkeye is the way that he is.
There's still a chance to stop them.
Fucking Spider-Man. And, so Thor's ult, he rises up into the air. Not a huge distance or anything, but he rises up into the air. And then he does damage in a somewhat small, medium-sized AoE, like around him, underneath him and stuff. He does a little bit of periodic damage. Nothing major. And then after a few seconds, well, everyone can clearly see the AoE and avoid it. He then slams back down. And if anyone is dumb enough to actually get caught into it, there is a good chance that it might kill a squishy target. But actually landing it on a target is absurdly rare. Unless you just catch the enemy team, like, completely off guard. And they're completely out of position, or you combo with some other ult or something that gets them in a position.
Bounding back into action.
But then, sometimes, his ult will just get canceled. And I thought I was getting stunned out of it, or CC'd, or something. Because, like, Penny Parker, if she webs you, if she just presses right-click while looking at you while you're hovering in air for 4 seconds, which is almost guaranteed. Like, you cannot use Thor's ult against a Penny. If there's a Penny on the other team, it's just forget about it. It's not happening. But so, yeah, I thought I was getting CC'd, but other people were complaining as well that sometimes, randomly, it will just bug out and just cancel the ult, and you'll go down to 50% ult charge. So I've gotten, I mean, Thor is my most played character now. I've gotten less than 10 kills with it, I would say. Maybe I just don't know how to play Thor that well, and I don't know how to play his ult that well.
I am the god of
But I think it's quite shit, and other people agree. So hopefully something is done about that. I mean, overall, I think the character is good. He's a little hard to play. He's a little tricky. He's much better if he has another good tank with him.
the true.
You know, with a balanced comp, Thor is pretty good. But like as a solo tank, he's, yeah, I don't tend to pick him if I solo tank.
Get ready.
But at the same time, he is like my tank, so I kind of like picking him if I have to go tank regardless.
Seen so many strands before?
But yeah, his ult is real shit.
Sugoi.
I was going to go with amazing, but sure, that's amazing in Japanese, right?
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3.
Overall, I think Marvel Rivals is really quite good, quite fun, quite entertaining. I'm still very impressed with how good it is. But,
Help get that vehicle to its destination.
Protect Spider Zero as she journeys toward the shrine of the Weaver.
I require some aid.
it's got some issues, for sure. And we haven't gotten any balance patch or anything like that. There's a very weird...
I am barely wounded.
You know, there's seasons, of course. So every multiplayer game has seasons. Even single-player games have seasons. But
Protect Spider Zero as she journeys.
Marvel Rivals has seasonal buffs to characters.
Adversaries gather.
Fucking hell. Where was my team? What was going on while all that was happening? Jesus.
My time. Get that vehicle moving again.
So they have seasonal buffs to certain characters. So I think right now Iron Fist for sure. Iron Fist gets like a 15% damage boost for this entire season. So like the whole month, he has 15% more damage. And then once the season's over, that goes away. And we got a Punisher sitting there, the turret. And the turret isn't timed.
Follow the web. Behold the god of thunder!
Well, I didn't get the kill with the ult, but it helped.
Just as expected.
Let me help.
So yeah, definitely a few of like the current meta characters just have this very hefty damage boost or other sort of benefit. Like Venom, I think has an extra 150 health, max health right now.
Judge, jury, execute.
And Venom is not even like the #1 tank or anything. He's not like the meta tank or anything. He's just kind of like solid. He's good, I guess. But once he loses 150 max health, he's gonna be way more shit.
I've got your back, Zero. Always.
Steer clear of the spider nest. Rise, my friends.
So it's a very weird system. Yeah, Iron Fist's fucking damage boost.
What strange little spider? Puss puts a scratch.
Friends, gather around. Get that vehicle moving again. Fire mode. Us against the world.
With the rage of battle.
Way too familiar.
Next up is Shrine of the Weaver. All aboard.
Yeah, so I don't know. No roll queue leads to matches where we have 6 DPS, of course. Fucking Iron Fist.
Healed at last.
I can easily.
We got some good healers going on, and Penny Parker. Penny's a good counter to Thor because I really can't get in the thick of it. You know, I
For Asgard.
you.
That's some vintage spider style.
At your service. Hey, we make a pretty good team.
Penny is
I've got your back, Zero.
Penny's a very good low rank tank. The stronger that people counter her spider nests and stuff, the worse she is.
You get a web. You get a web. And you get a web.
Almost there. Don't turn back out.
Like that is a very stupid position to put your spider nest.
Watch out, they're headed our
It's just
way.
gonna be immediately shredded.
Rise, my friends.
Protect Spider Zero as she journeys toward the shrine of the Weaver. Born again!
Second chance is over.
Friends, gather around.
Yeah, but otherwise, really played a lot of Marvel Rivals so far. Played like 170 matches by now.
Look way too familiar.
Now I gotcha.
Is that me? That's it! Don't let anything stand in your way.
Require some aid.
I need assistance.
Our adversaries gather.
Fighters from this nest. Us against the world!
I don't really have many. I don't have any thoughts. I don't have any thoughts. There's a lot going on. I'll get to thoughts. Thoughts will occur. And where's this spider nest? Fuck. Damn it. Anywho, yeah. The Game Awards were this week. I didn't watch it. I didn't watch the Game Awards, like, live. I maybe watched it once. One year that it was on. I don't know. It's not really something that interests me.
You get a web and you get a web and you get a web. I found more lost.
But there's, you know, news.
Oh, I need assistance. Pick up the
I am barely wounded.
Get that vehicle moving again.
Fury burn.
Iron Fist, he's just ridiculous. How is he even getting healed? I think there was a Adam Warlock there.
Born again.
Alright, so right there. I had just pressed my ult as Penny webbed me. That's it. Back to 50%.
Second chance is over.
Ult's just garbage. I hate it.
Spider net, watch out. The center of the web is near. We cannot stop now.
Fury burn.
So much fucking mobility in this team. You don't got mobility though.
It's spider time!
Behold the god of thunder.
Yeah, get fucked because you got no mobility. But I'm in Penny's shit and I'm dead. So, big announcements from the Game Awards. Obviously, Elden Ring, Night Rain was the big talk of the town. Very unexpected, I would say. Miyazaki said, you know, there's not going to be any more Elden Ring stuff. And then suddenly there's Elden Ring stuff. Go. That's,
Protect Spider Zero as she journeys toward the shrine of the Weaver.
The final 10 seconds! So close! This is your big chance!
It's, so what it is, from my understanding, it's a 3-player co-op roguelite experience.
Rise, my friends.
So it takes place over 3 days. A run is 3 days long. Fuck, I got caught right in there. And that's a loss.
Well, you can't expect
3 days. And during each day of the game, you're going to be moving around a randomly generated map, I guess. And you're going to be getting runes to level up. You're going to be finding equipment, you know, to get more powerful, all that sort of stuff. And then at the end of each day, you'll be fighting a boss, which I assume this all gets harder and harder. And if anyone dies, you can be revived by your teammates. And if you don't get revived in time, I guess you lose a level or something like that. And if you all die simultaneously, it's over. Something like that.
you'll need a top-notch team to
I wasn't quite clear on that, but there was some sort of revival system. Oh yeah, I'll play Iron Fist to activate Atlas Bond, sure. And so every run then is pretty random. It's a rogue light. Not, I mean, there's obviously a lot of specifics we don't know.
This is a whole
They said that it takes place in some sort of parallel world. And the trailer showed some enemies that are not in Elden Ring, and, you know, characters that are not in Elden Ring, so there was, like, the Nameless King in there that's pretty clearly the Nameless King, and stuff like that. So, I don't...
The battle starts in 5.
Yeah, I don't know all the lore, I don't know canon, I don't really care.
1. Don't forget.
It's sort of interesting. It feels like a mod. It feels like I'm like a big mod that somebody would make. They're like, hey, we're gonna make Elden Ring, I'm gonna turn it into a roguelike, and it's gonna be wild. Yeah, I had no idea how to play Iron Fist, by the way. I played him like once.
By Ashtur's
Yeah, it definitely has a lot of feeling of a mod, and especially throwing in like the Nameless King and stuff.
That was for the glory of Quinlan.
I am ready to.
Right. Okay, yeah. I don't, 3 players is not a great number for me in my situation, because I'll either play with Lego and that's 2 people, or I'll play with my group of 4 and that's 4 people. So 3 is always a weird number. There's 4 tanks I'm seeing.
It's spider time!
Whoa.
It's the grand finale. I'm hurt.
But in no situation should fucking Iron Fist out-punch the Hulk. Come on now.
maximum.
That's bad. I actually could have parried that. If I was more experienced, I definitely would have. Then he would have. Yeah, that was not good. So 3-player, not great. And honestly, I'm mostly interested in just playing it solo. So I don't know how good it's going to be solo. If without a revival, you know, it probably is just... Boom, get fucked, Iron Man.
I am ready to put on a show.
I don't know. I mean, it's not the most exciting thing that FromSoft could have announced. For sure. I mean, Bloodborne 2 would have been the most exciting thing they could have announced.
Hey, the human host is down.
Bloodborne remake would have been the second most exciting thing they could have announced. But
Healed at last.
A nice turnaround.
The spider master's in tiny
Man, I don't know how to play this character.
Only 6
And yet I have Ace. That's how well we're doing.
Leave me, darkness.
What else was big? A new game from the It Takes Two devs. I'll never learn the name of that company, but they made It Takes Two.
Maximum pulse!
double KO. I think these things
You were always outmatched.
Good.
the final 10 seconds. I am ready to put on a show.
Why would she... Dude, just lose the point. Just give up the point. It's okay.
Let's keep fighting until we have a winner.
This isn't the end of the game. We just get the point.
It's fighting time!
How is he that immortal? What the fuck?
Double KO.
I mean, I guess it worked. I gotta give it to that Luna Snow because
Well, you can't expect
she did save the game. Well, I got SVP, you know. Which means my team was really, really bad. Or Iron Fist is just pretty stupid at lower ranks. Let me look and just see what else was announced. Witcher 4 got its first trailer. You know, we knew that it was in development now, but it shows Ciri as the main character. I don't really care about the Witcher franchise. You know, I played a tiny amount of Witcher 1, didn't care for it. Played a bit of Witcher 2, didn't really care for it. Played more of Witcher 3, still didn't care for it. So, I don't know. It's sort of remarkable that that franchise is as, like, well received as it is. I just don't get it. I don't get the appeal. It just... Honestly, if they just make The Witcher 4 into a Souls-like, then I will like it. Like, that's all they have to do. And I know it's kind of shameless at this point in time to just do another Souls-like, but I mean, if they do another combat system like Witcher 3, I won't even probably try it. Just yuck. And I don't care about the Witcher universe. I watched the first season of the show and that was it, and there's just so little there of appeal to me for whatever reason. Helldivers 2 got a new big patch, adding the Illuminates, like the weird Protoss enemies. I'm sure my friends and I will get back to Helldivers 2 at some point. What else was notable? Yeah, there's a lot of, like, smaller games or, like, less notable games that I'm not going to watch trailers for or anything like that. It's like, once I see it on Steam as a new release, then I'll take a look. That's about it. There's a Lord of the Rings management sim coming out?
Hey.
Hold on, I gotta see this. Oh, God. Yeah, okay. No, as soon as I saw it was 3D instead of 2D, I was like, nope. No, I'm good. Oh, Kiora. That I actually did see. Because the devs of that are, yeah, from Core Keeper. And I thought Core Keeper was pretty cool. This one looks cooler. It looks like Terraria, kind of, with like an HD mod on or something. I don't know. Could be interesting. Solasta 2 is coming out, which is remarkable. Because I didn't think Solasta was that big. But they're definitely trying to cash in on the Baldur's Gate 3. This looks very Baldur's Gate 3, if you look at the Solasta 2 trailer. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth coming to PC. That's probably when I'll finally play it. The Outer Worlds 2. Yeah, I mean, we'll probably be playing that. Unless it launches with abysmal reviews. Most likely, we'll give it a try. Says it will have everything that should have been in the first game, including more action, more weapons, and more graphics. You know, I only played through the Outer Worlds once. I think we said that it was just, like, way too easy. I think that was my final conclusion. It just felt pathetically easy on, like, normal difficulty. And I just didn't have much interest in going back to it. But I'm hoping, yeah, they have a much bigger budget this time, and it'll be... Oh, that was the other thing. It was just, like, there was, like, 2 planets or 3 planets. Like, it felt like Act 1, you know, of a big game, instead of a full game itself. So, again, maybe with bigger budget. I don't know how well the first one did financially, but well, they got a sequel. The Long Dark 2. That could be good. I don't think I ever did any videos on The Long Dark, even though I did play it for a bit. It was a pretty cool game. I wonder what mod support is like for that game. Borderlands 4. Looks like a Borderlands game. Maybe I'll play that with some friends, because I know I've got some friends that are big Borderlands fans. Yeah, that's kind of it as far as exciting things to talk about. And then Game of the Year went to Astrobot, which I would not have expected. I didn't play it because I don't really fire up my PS5 much, and it's a platformer, and I have very, very little interest in platformers. Even if you tell me it's the best platformer ever made, it's still a platformer, and it's just a tough sell for someone like me. So I didn't really pay attention to it. I'm not gonna shit on it or anything like that. I've seen plenty of people shit like, how could this possibly win Game of the Year? And it's like, I mean, a good game is a good game just because it doesn't appeal to you. No game has universal appeal. Okay, Adam Warlock as a solo healer is fucking abysmal.
Is a powerful weapon against evil. One may feel empathy for an enemy.
I mean, even if you're the most godlike Adam Warlock in existence, well, I guess you just kill everything then, but he has one heal with 2 charges. That's it. He's just not. He's a he's like an insane third support. He's a pretty damn good second support. Not a very good first support.
There is nothing to fear.
Could find such peace in the face of potential.
Yeah, so Astrobot, I still probably won't check it out just because.
The battle
Yeah,
starts in
platformer,
5,
not my
4,
thing.
3, 2.
What did I want to win?
Capture the mission area. Got it?
Of the games nominated? Let me think.
Oh,
Oh, Shadow of the Erd Tree, yeah.
My anger is healthy. Chin up.
Yeah, Shadow of the Earth Tree, even though it's a DLC, it's definitely like the most impressive and sort of fun experience I had this year.
I feel better already.
It pleases me to be helpful.
We could probably go over my top 10 games of the year, actually. Be a decent time to do it.
I require speed.
That's a bad Black Panther right there. Don't be like that, Black Panther.
You needed some help, didn't you?
Destiny is not kind to you.
I have played against really good Black Panthers, and it's fucking insane. Like, they have to be 12-year-olds just coked up or something. Like, it's just nuts. I don't know how they turn their mouse that quickly. But, yeah, it's ridiculous.
Thanks.
I am at your service. That's the stuff.
Spider-net, watch out!
Just another sucker with suckers. Chin up. Ooh, a touch of healing.
You gonna come for heals, dude, or
Needed some help,
thank
didn't
you?
you made me angry. My friends are here.
Cosmic might.
We are undefeatable. Oh, I need assistance. You've captured more than half of the mission area. Keep going.
Yeah, so after this match, we'll go over my top 10 games of the year.
The cosmos heals you.
I used to do a standalone video for it, but I don't think I actually played that many, like, current games each year.
Getting my kicks.
So it's more just like my personal top 10 that I played.
Now's the time to
You made me angry. I am healed.
By the eye of Okamoto!
Oh, you got fucked.
I feel more comfortable. A legend will live on. Rise, my friends!
That'll do it. And a lot of people don't realize yet, especially on lower ranks, obviously. Adam Warlock's res does not put you at full health.
Your powers are mine!
get a web. You get a web.
So, anyways, we're already 42 minutes in, and I haven't talked about my videos. This week, this channel, a lot of gold box stuff.
Evil is a
You know, if you haven't been clicking on them,
I am a
the Pool of Radiance, Curse of the Azure Bond, Secret of Silver Blade, that's all the same series. That's the gold box series. I probably should have put that in the title, but whatever. So that's all
before you attack.
early D&D CRPGs. Very good, though.
So,
I had a real blast playing through all of them.
good at communicating with rodents, huh?
We also had XCOM 2 Amalgamation. That's pretty much done. I think there's one more video of that. And then I'll probably start uploading all this Dawn of War shit.
Wondering if there's any chance you could convince
The gold box stuff will continue for a while.
The battle starts in 5, 4.
And I also have Eye of the Beholder 1 and 2.
All you need to do is capture the mission area. Got it? But that one, not so much. Don't hold in your emotions. Let them out. Focus on the battle.
So, old school computer RPGs will be going for a while.
I am healed.
I require some aid.
I'm wounded. Who will help? I appreciate you. You don't have to fight alone. Looks like the mission area is yours to capture now. Peter Quill, unstoppable force. You made me angry. The mission area is yours.
That's pretty much it. Two Brothers Play. We were going to do something different last night, but Lego got in really late. We started the stream really late. And so I said, you know, fuck it. We'll just do Archipelago for tonight because it's simple.
Look out, bad guys.
Cosmic might return.
My anger is healthy. You needed some help, didn't you?
Legend will live on. I will make sure.
But Wednesday, we're going to start playing Elden Ring Convergence, which I did some videos on and thought was a hell of a lot of fun. I played through it 3 times total.
Real firepower!
My aim is atrocious.
Plasma burst! You've captured more than half
He
of
got smoked.
Keep going. Spiders from this nest are hunting us. Chin up.
Nope.
My anger is it pleases me. We are undefeatable!
Spider violence.
It's Spider time! I am here.
Nope.
Hurry is almost yours! You needed some help, didn't you?
Yeah, we're gonna play co-op Convergence. Should be a lot of fun. They've updated it even more. It includes the DLC now. Honestly, I wouldn't mind doing a solo thing of the DLC with Convergence. I think that would be pretty cool too. And that's it for this channel. Over on the Exploring series, put out a video on Tokophobia. You know, it didn't do incredibly well. Oh, MVP is Mantis. Oh, nice. I don't know why. What did I do that was so good? Oh, I got those assists. They really value assists. So Tokophobia. It actually got a bit more dislikes than my average. And based on the comments I read, it's apparently because of trans-inclusive language that I used. Really upsets people to acknowledge that trans people exist. Honestly, I didn't even think about it. It wasn't even a thought that entered my head, because most of that language was from Cactus in the article itself. And I wasn't going to change the language used, because I never do that. Like, I practically never do that when I'm summarizing an article. And then the intro, where I discuss tokophobia, and I say that it can affect individuals of all genders. That was mostly just going off the description when I Googled tokophobia. And I didn't really think about it. It was just like, okay, yeah, sure. So, yeah, it wasn't a thought that entered my head. And then I see all these comments like, oh, okay, I didn't know I was going to upset people. Now, had I thought about it, would I have changed it? Probably not. Because at the end of the day, you're going to upset people either way. And going out of your way to remove trans-inclusive language seems a bit more dickish. So, you know, fuck it. I'll take a few more dislikes, whatever. It just seems wild to me that people think about this kind of stuff. And think about it enough where they hear it and are like, I don't like this. I'm going to comment about how I don't like this. Like, I don't know. You know, I'm very far outside of, like, the political spectrum. I'm very far outside of society, let's say that. So, all I care about is just making videos about SCPs and shit and playing video games. That's my two big things. Everything else is just like, whatever. So yeah, whatever. But then, this week, I was working on SCP-8980, Ergophobia, Part 1, which is like the big, one of the, you know, biggest articles of the year as far as, like, attention that's been drawn to it. Heard a lot of discussion about it. What is it rated currently? $726. It's rated 726, and it's been out for like 2 months. Yeah. 2 months. That is crazy amount of, like, popularity drawn to a single article like that. That's not like, you know, a Cactus sequel or something, you know, like Cactus's final big piece will probably have a lot of attention on it because that's like, it's like Avengers Endgame sort of stuff, you know. But this is just like a one-off as part of an anthology. So to have that much attention drawn to it, really big deal within the community. And so it finally won the poll. It's been on the poll for a bit. Finally won the poll, and I'm like, okay, I'll start working on this. So I'm working on it. And then on Wednesday, I get a message on Discord from Yossi, the author. And he says that he heard from someone else that I was going to be covering it next. And he's really excited for it, but he wondered if I could delay it and do a different anthology article first. Because he read the comments on the tokophobia video, and he's concerned about, like, the misogyny and stuff present there. And he feels that if I do ergophobia right after that, you know, there's just going to be a bombard of comments about how, you know, the anthology and SCP is just all about women, and it's, you know, it's all about how terrible men are and blah, blah, blah. And my first thought was, I wish you would have messaged me on Monday. You know, that was my first thought. Because now it's Wednesday, I'm already hip deep in writing this summary, you know, writing the script. And for me to completely switch gears and start a different article now, I'd either have to work all through the weekend, which I hate doing because everyone hates doing that. Or I'd have to, like, just have no video for Monday, which is probably even worse than just putting out Ergophobia Part 1. My second thought was, like, yeah, I probably agree with his concerns. The comments were kind of ridiculous, and I'm sure this one will get similar comments regardless of when I release it. The on-site community is not quite the same as the off-site community, and that's been known for many years now. You know, the on-site community is typically very inclusive. There's a lot of LGBTQ members in the community, you know, on-site authors, artists, staff, all that kind of stuff. The off-site community is just YouTube people, which is a big old bag of mix. So I agree with his concerns, but it was like, I really wish you would have told I had these concerns on Monday. I didn't say that to him because it's like, yeah, fine, you know, what is he gonna do? So it's like, I either say, no, fuck you, I'm on a schedule, sorry. I don't like to do that. I don't like to do that. I really like to be nice as possible to all the authors, because I would be out of house and home without them. So I really like to be nice to the authors, and I agreed with this concern, so I'm like, okay. I had a plan recently to upload, like, a big compilation video, like 10 hours or something of SCP, of just, you know, combine a whole bunch of stuff. And I was just going to put that together and release it as a random video one day just to have it out there. But now it's like, okay, I guess I could release that as a Monday video in lieu of nothing. I could have also done just another Lovecraft thing. I probably could have wrapped that up in a few days and it wouldn't have been a big deal. But I was like, okay, you know, we'll go with the 11-hour thing. And then next week, I'll get a different poll winner as a different article. I don't think it'll actually be an anthology piece. I think it's SCPs without descriptions. So, like, SCPs where the description itself is, like, nearly or entirely redacted, and the story is told through, like, containment procedures and stuff. and then it'll probably be Ergophobia Part 1. So there won't probably actually be a different anthology article in between, but I don't think people really pay too much attention to that off-site. Unless I specifically call attention to it, being like, hey, this is another anthology article from this specific, October event. And I don't think most people care one way or the other if it's part of an anthology or not. It's more about the SCP itself. So I don't know. But that's the best I could offer, and he was okay with that. So yeah. So I put it all together. It ended up being 11 hours, slightly over 11 hours. I thought about speeding up the videos slightly just to get it to exactly 11 hours. But I decided against it. And it's just most of my videos that have SCPs in the title. So beneficial SCP, well, not I actually didn't put beneficial in there, but more aquatic SCPs, bear SCPs, food SCPs. It's just a bunch of those for a total of 97 different SCP articles being summarized across 11 hours. And I titled it 11 Hours of Exploring SCPs to Fall Asleep To. This is the ultimate clickbait. I need viewers. I need subscribers. Please come to my channel and watch this over and over. Please give me millions of views. That's what this is. Shameless. But it's content, right? It's not nothing. We'll see how it goes. It could end up being just kind of a big flop that doesn't get many views, or it could be my most viewed video someday. You never know. So that's that. All right. Let's do... I'm probably not going to rank too many of these of my top 10 games. All right, let's just skip a step here. All right, so number one, as always, is Cataclysm Dark Days Ahead. Just get that out of the way. All right, that's my number one game of 2024. That will be my number one game every year. Number two, Shadow of the Erdtree. Really good. Had some frustrating moments. The final boss was definitely a little ridiculous, but we did beat it, and I enjoyed most of it, and it was pretty cool. So Shadow of the Erdtree, number two. Past that, it starts to probably get a little murkier. I'm just looking over the big releases for the year, seeing anything that jumps out at me is like, oh yeah, that was awesome. Helldivers 2 is definitely on the top 10. I actually completely forgot that came out this year. We had two big 40K games this year, Rogue Trader and Space Marine 2. Honestly, I'm not sure if either one would qualify. Possibly Dawn of War 1, though, might go on the top 10 for me for this year. Really been enjoying it. God, I really have not played many new releases this year. Most of my time goes to playing, like, gold box games and stuff. And if we could put the whole gold box thing as one thing, one entry on the top 10, that would be on there. That occupied my life for a good couple weeks, 3 weeks or something, and I really loved it. So that would be in there. I guess I'd have to put Marvel Rivals in the top 10 already. I think it's potentially got some real strong staying power as a replacement for Overwatch for me. Depending on how they handle the game going forward, depending on balance changes, things like that. Adding new maps and stuff. It does have some strong potential. Yeah, so I'm mostly just looking at games released this year. So many games that I just, God, didn't even look at. Yeah. A lot of games that I did actually play a little bit, but just didn't impress me or didn't hook me or anything like that. Yeah, I don't know. I might be missing something here. This is a very weird list. Oh, I think this is rated. This is on Metacritic, so it's organized by the Metascore. Okay, then let me go to my Steam list, what I've been playing. And I might be able to spot something. Honestly, the Factorio DLC, I don't know if it would put in my top 10. I wasn't enamored with it. We played it a decent amount. I played it quite a bit on... I put, what, 130, 40 hours into it? And yet, at the end of the day, like, I don't have much interest in going back to it. And that's not a good sign, I don't think. I don't have strong feelings about Space Age. Maybe I'm just... I had too high of expectations for it. I don't know. But I don't know if I'd put it in my top 10. My gaming tastes are just becoming very strange. Yeah, I don't even know if I have a top 10 here. I guess, so Nightmare Frames, I put that in my top 10 for my year. I really loved that game. Yeah, weird. I mean, I guess I'd put Factorio in general in my top 10 for the year. Just because, Lego and I play quite a bit of interesting mods. I've done other modded runs. I put a lot of time. They should have like a Steam Wrapped thing coming up pretty soon. Something like that shows your year. I imagine Factorial will rank quite high in that. RimWorld, though, not so much this year. And actually, Pathfinder... Maybe earlier in the year I played a whole bunch of Pathfinder. I don't remember now. Yeah, my gaming taste just becoming very strange. I just kind of ebb and flow through like a few games and then like old games that I discover and I'm like, this is awesome. Yeah, that's kind of it. That's kind of it, really. I don't tend to play a lot of new stuff. I mean, I play a little bit, but it just doesn't impress me that much or hook me as much. I played the Black Ops 6 campaign. I wouldn't really put it in my top 10 for the year. It was fine. I played Atlas, which just came out recently. I think that's pretty cool. I played it because it's coming to Archipelago, so I'll probably play it more. I checked out Path of Exile 2 with some friends, but we haven't played it much, and it doesn't... It's an action RPG, and I don't care for that. We played Abiotic Factor for a bit, and it's, like, fine, but I don't know, nothing amazing. Yeah, stuff like that. The other big games of the year was, like, Balatro, which I did play for a few hours, but that sort of card game just doesn't tickle the right neurons for me or anything. So I skipped Black Myth Wukong entirely, just because it was like a Souls-like boss rush, sort of, and that, I don't know. I probably should have checked it out. Maybe I will someday. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, I skipped because I didn't love the first one. I don't really use my PS5 much, and I'd rather it come to PC. And then Metaphor ReFantazio. You know, it looks visually like, wow, okay, that looks good, and it's a cool looking JRPG. But then you tell me that it's like a Persona spin-off or something, and I lose all interest. Because, yeah, they already fooled me once with Persona 5, thinking that that's a good game. And I don't give a shit about, you know, the story and all that, obviously. I have no interest in that. But then the gameplay, the combat in Persona 5 was also not interesting to me. So I looked at Metaphor, and the combat still didn't look that interesting to me. I don't know. JRPGs nowadays, despite growing up on them and loving like SNES JRPGs and stuff, modern JRPGs are really iffy for me. I'm trying to think of the last one that I really... I guess like Chained Echoes. Chained Echoes I really got into. But that was a 2D. So like the last 3D JRPG that I really loved... God. That's a fine question. Let me look through my list here. 3D JRPG. Turn-based, obviously. None? Is none an answer? Have I ever liked one? I think the last 3D JRPG that I really loved might it be Final Fantasy X. So there's your answer. For whatever reason, that just entirely puts me off. And I don't know why specifically 3D just bothers me. I think it's more like once you go 3D, there's a greater emphasis on like exploration and like dialogue, cutscenes. There's a lot more cutscenes. And then the gameplay just doesn't... I don't know. It's kind of weird. I don't know why Chained Echoes specifically just worked so well for me, but it did. It really did. Because there aren't that many 2D JRPGs that I really get into nowadays either. So in general, the turn-based classic style RPG, mostly losing interest outside of some Archipelago. The only, you know, like Fire Emblem, that was a big new love for me. That's not really a JRPG though. That's an SRPG. Anyways, I think I've talked long enough, just rambled while we get to look at Squirrel Girl here. So I will wrap this up. We've got more Gold Box coming. We got the rest of the last thing of Amalgamation, and then some Dawn of War, which will be very fun. Unless you are really good at Dawn of War, then it'll be painful to watch. And then Exploring Series, you got 11 hours of exploring SCPs to fall asleep to. I hope you do. For now, though, my name is Mangg. This has been Hanging with Mangg. I'll see you fine folks next week.